All right, boys and girls, we are in our MyMath book, 3rd grade, page 15. We're going to talk about comparing numbers. How can numbers be expressed, ordered, and compared? Math in my world. Here are the symbols. This symbol here, pointing this direction, means less than. This symbol here, pointed this direction, means greater than. And these two lines equal to. Okay. Example 1. The Tai family is planning a road trip to the Grand Canyon. One route is 840 miles. The second route is 835 miles. Which route is shorter? Use a place value chart. We talked a little bit about a place value chart together, but here's another example of one. This one shows 840, right here in the top, 800s, 4 10s, 0 1s. This chart shows 800s, 3 10s, and 5 1s. So both numbers have an 8 in the hundreds place. 840 has 4 10s. 835 has 3 10s. So we're going to compare those two numbers because the first two are equal, which means if this was just 800, 800, they'd be equal. But this one has 40 and this one has 35. Since the 4 10s are greater than 3 10s, then 840 is greater than 835. That's comparing numbers. If we looked at the number line and we wrote the numbers starting at 830, because we have 835, which is 3 10s, and then we put 835 here on the line. They put a dot here so we know one of the routes is 835 miles. The other route is 840 miles. This number goes along the number line, and since it moves this direction to the right, when numbers move to the right, they are greater. The symbol that we're going to put in the box here is that 835 is less than 840. 840, if it's on this side here, is greater than 835. So if I was traveling to the Grand Canyon and one route was 835 miles and another was 840, and I wanted to get there a little faster, I'd probably go on the route that was 835 miles. So since 835 is less than 840, the 835 route is shorter. It's shorter. Okay. That would mean it would take a little less time, 5 miles less to get to the Grand Canyon if you took that route. All right, let's go to this next example. During his hockey career, Mark Messier scored 1,887 points. Gordie Howe scored 1,850 points during his career. Which player scored a greater number of points during his career? So let's look carefully at this. They're asking which one scored a greater number of points. We have these points of 1,887 and 1,850. We are going to stack those using our chart. We have the thousands here. Those are the same. Always begin to compare the numbers from the left. So we're going to start with the thousands. We look down, those are the same. The hundreds, oh, they're also the same. Now the tens, 8, and we're going to compare that to 5. And I know that 5 tens is less than 8 tens. So we always line the numbers up in their place value from the right. We're going to put the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands. But when you start comparing, we're going to start over here in the thousands. If there's no thousands, start with the hundreds, and then we'll keep going. Okay? So now since we're comparing those tens, we know that 8 is greater than 5. So we know that 1,887 is greater than 1,850. So Mark Messier scored the greater number of points, and they gave us the answer right here. That was nice. Now let's do some practice. Number 1, which number is less? Complete the statement. And we know they're asking for less because this symbol is less than. So let's look here. 870, 400. Let's compare the hundreds. 800, 400. Well, I think we don't have to move on to the next column, right? Let's look. 8 is greater than 4. And we're looking for what? Which number is less? Always go back to the question so you know what you're looking for. This number here is less, 400, because 4 is less than 8. So I would say 400 is less than 870. Let's go to the next one. Next problem, number 2. 9,630, 6,403. Well, we're going to start with this column here. We have a thousands place. 9 and a 6. I know that 9 is greater than 6, so 6 is less than 9. So the answer is 6,403 is less than 9,630. Next problem. Use the number line to compare. We're going to write greater than, less than, or equal to. We can look here. We have 180, 190, and 200. The number they gave us, though, is 188. I don't see a number 188 on this number line. So let's think about this. I have 180 here and 190 here. If I start at 180 and count up, I could probably find 188. Let's see. 181, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 190. So 188 would be somewhere right around here on our number line. 198, well, I see the 100 and then the 90, so I know it's going to be after this. 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 198. I'm going to put that right here. And you know 99 and then 200 will be next. Okay? So 188 is right here, and 198 is way over here. So remember, if the line is going this way, this number is going to be greater. So this number would be less than. Our less than symbol looks like that. Excellent. All right. Now we're going to do a few of these together, and I'm going to skip a couple because I want you to try some on your own, okay? So I'm going to do number 5. You're going to do number 4 on your own. If you need to pause the video at any time, please do that. 188, 198. Well, Miss Dobbins, we know that. We just practiced that one on the other page. Let's go back. Sometimes they give us the answer. 188 is less than 198. We already knew that one. So if you see the answer somewhere else in the book, use that information. I want you to do number 6 on your own. Number 7 on your own. Number 8, I'll do that one with you. 1,121, 1,112. Let's line those up. I'm going to make that little chart because I really like it. The thousands are the same, the hundreds are the same, the tens. This 2 is greater than 1, so this number is greater. Okay? All right, let's look at number 11. I want you to do 9 and 10 on your own. Number 11, let's do together. 1,000, 1,000. Those two numbers are exactly the same. If they're both exactly the same, we call those equal. So in that, we'll put the equal sign. You might have had a problem like that earlier, right? Okay. Let's do a few of these. Some of them we'll do together. Some of them I'd like for you to try on your own. 555, 725. And they've already put the symbol in. So if we look at this symbol, it's the greater than symbol. So the greater number is going to go on this side right here. Which number is greater? 500 or 700? 725 is greater than 555. This one I'd like you to try on your own. This one, let's do together. 998, 989. And the symbol here is greater. So the greater number is going to go on this side because of the symbol. All right? 998, 989. Compare the hundreds, they're the same. Compare the tens. There's a 9 and there's an 8. 9 is greater, so this number is greater. 998 is greater than 989. All right, let's go to the very bottom of the page. The rest of them, I'd like for you to try them on your own, okay? the very bottom, it says, circle all of the numbers that are greater than 4,109. So let's look here. 5,000, well, we can look right away. The 5 is greater than 4,000, so we know that one. 4,000, there's a 0 in the hundreds place. This one has a 1. So this number is not greater. How about this? 4,191. 4,100. There's a 0 in the tens place. There's a 9. 9 is greater, so this one is greater. 4,091. Let's look at the thousands. These thousands are the same. Now let's look at the hundreds. 100. This one doesn't have any hundreds, so this one is not greater. 4,108. Let's compare. 4,000, 4,000. 100, 100. No tens, no tens. 9, 8. This number is not greater. It's 1 away. 4,110. 4,000, 4. 100, 1. Now let's look at the tens place. This number is in the tens place. It's a 1. This one has a placeholder. Remember that 0. 1 is greater than 0, so this number is greater. Great job, boys and girls.